Welcome back to Adrian's Avenue, and on the Avenue we'd like to help you make better decisions for a better life, because I truly believe that your daily decisions determines your destiny. And today we have a great show for you. What we're going to talk about is, let's say we're in the second quarter, which we are, and you've been saving and maybe not paying attention to your savings, or you may have gotten some extra money from somewhere, maybe a life policy, maybe someone passed you an inheritance of $50,000. That is a pretty good milestone. What would you do with it? We're going to address that in this video. Stay tuned. Just to make sure we do the right thing with this $50,000 that we just got. And this is money aside from your emergency fund. This is money that either you saved up or someone gave you an inheritance or something like that. But just to make sure we do the right thing, we're going to go through a couple of do's and a couple of don'ts. And the first do I want you to consider is to reassess your goals. This is second quarter. You should be looking at your goals anyway. But if you just received $50,000 or just noticed that you've been saving, had your head down, working, look up and you have $50,000 in your bank account, what to do is to assess or reassess your current goals. Are they the same goals that you still had 6 months ago or a year ago? Or do you need to change some things? But just relax, take a look at the goals that you have written down and see what have you met, what have you maybe not met, if you need to shift some things around. But just look at those goals to see if they still apply like they did the first time that you set them up. As we live on and as the months pass by and as we're meeting certain goals, some goals get written off as completed. They're done. And then we need to look at maybe adding more goals, or let's see where we could do something to meet some of the other goals. But before you do anything with this $50,000, make sure you take a look at your financial and life goals to see where you are. The next do I want to remind you of is to continue saving. Don't think just because you wake up and you have this $50,000 within your grasp, whether it's in a account somewhere, a savings account, checkings account, you have it there and you know it's yours and you can get it, access to it anytime you want to. Don't make the mistake of saying, oh, I've made it, I'm going to stop saving, I'm going to put things on hold. You don't want to do that. You want to continue to save because you're living within your means. This is great. This is a great milestone to hit, but there are other milestones that you may want to put out there. What if you want to go and save $100,000 and do something with it? What if there's some stock or something that you want to buy? But don't just stop saving. That's the wrong thing to do. You want to get into the mind frame of continuing to save. Now, what you want to do when you're saving is to make sure you put on those amounts that you're saving what you're saving for. You just don't want to be out there saving because you can get discouraged if you do that. But if you know that I'm saving for a car, I'm saving for a house, I'm saving for a trip, I'm saving for that big wedding, I'm saving for a ring, whatever it is, you know what you're saving for and you know the amount that it's going to take for you to get there. So I want you to continue saving, even though you have this $50,000 that you're going to work with. You want to continue to save. The next thing I want you to do is to explore your investment opportunities. If you're not investing the money somewhere, you don't want the money just sitting in an account making 1%, 2%, 0.01%, 0.02%. You don't want to do that. You want to go ahead and look at the stock market, look at bonds, look at any kind of investment, look at property, real estate. Look at investments that's going to make that money grow. You have the $50,000 in your hands, and so you want to do something to make it grow. Maybe putting some of it into a high yielding savings account. That could be a great opportunity for you to get some real good money on your money, make your money work for you, but you just don't want it to sit in an account that's not gaining too much, or you don't want to have it stashed at your home somewhere that's not gaining anything. With this inflation, you're actually losing money when you do stuff like that. So look at the investments. If you're not good on investments, don't just hop off and do something. Make sure you're either reading books, going online, getting with someone who teaches these classes, on investing or getting with an investment professional to help you make decisions with that money. It's a lot of money to have at one time, especially if you've never had it before. And so you want to make the good choices, the good decisions on the money that you have, because it's hard to get that money back if you make a bad decision and lose it somewhere. But investing is a thing that you want to look at, and whatever's right for you. I can't tell you what's right for you. I don't know your risk tolerance or anything like that. But there are people out there, professionals, that can help you do something with this money that will be a benefit to you now and in the future. So that's number 3. You want to make sure you look into investments. Now, with your $50,000 in one hand and with one hand free, hit that like button and that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on the latest information as it becomes available to you, and make a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Now let's get into the even more critical things, is what not to do with the $50,000. And I just picked 50,000. It could be 100,000. It could be 25,000, 75,000, whatever amount. Congratulations. You've worked hard. You've gotten this some kind of way. It's in your hands and you are accountable and responsible for it. What not to do is just go on a spending frenzy. Go out and just start buying things that's been on your list. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that with the money, because 50,000 can evaporate real quickly, quicker than you think it can. When you go buy this, go buy that. Oh, I've always wanted one of these. Let me pick this up. Or go, buy something like a watch or a ring, something that cost a lot of money that you may have had your eye on, or maybe not, but you saw somebody else with one and you're thinking, I have this 50,000. Let me just go and pick me up something and put it around my neck, put it on my finger, put it around my arm, however you're going to do that. That's not what you want to do. You want to be wise about the money. You want to steward the $50,000 that you just got. It was given to you and in your hands. And the best thing for you to do to say thank you for it is to steward the money well. So don't go out and just spend a bunch of money. When I said relax and just think about some things, think through some things. But the thing not to do is to take it and just go buying clothes, buying shoes, buying whatever you feel like, okay, I feel like buying right now, going out eating at the highest restaurants every night, because that money will go quicker than you can almost say your name. The second thing you want to avoid is lifestyle inflation. When we get raises sometimes, and when we get a large sum of money into our lives, we start raising our lifestyles. We go out and say that, oh, this is just an example. This car is 10 years old, 8 years old, 5 years old. It's paid off now. Let me just trade it in for another car. And when you do that, either the amount that you're paying on it, if it's not paid off, will go up, or if you don't have a payment on it, you will get a payment. That's lifestyle inflation. Now you have another monthly bill that you have to keep up because you went out and bought something. You raised your lifestyle to a different level and you went out and bought something. Now it's going to cost you extra every month to maintain or just to have that item. You don't want to do this if you have this influx of $50,000. It's easy to do. You can go put a down payment on something, and next thing you know, you're making payments and it's costing you money. And it's costing you the money that it's above your means of where you need to be. You're going to lose out if you do something like that. So let's not go and just raise our lifestyle, the way we live, just because we get some extra money. We may want to show whoever that we can do a little bit better now. And they may be wondering what's going on with you, because I see you with these new clothes on. The credit cards are out, swiping everywhere. You don't want to do that. So the thing not to do is raise your standard of living just because you got that $50,000. And the last thing that I will cover with you as far as what not to do is to go jump into some risky investments. You're going to have people, if they find out that you have some extra money or a certain amount of money, you're going to have them coming after you or, whispering in your ear, do this and you can turn that 50 into 100. Do this and you can turn that 50 into 200,000. You want to be careful. You want to be cautious, because if it sounds too good, it probably is too good to be true. The best thing to do is to those people that financial advisors that are certified and solid, that they can show you that they know how to make money, is who you want to go with. I wouldn't go with someone who is either online telling you certain things or they've never done this before. Everybody has a hot stock tip. Everybody can tell you of a way to double your money. You know, there's people out there, you might as well go to Vegas. Don't do this, but you could go to Vegas and gamble it off and probably have a better chance of doubling your money than you would going with some of these things that are out there. That will be very tempting because you have the money. You could invest in that. You can do certain things and it may not yield that return that they're telling you that it will yield. So the best thing to do is don't go into risky things that you don't understand. Some people don't understand cryptocurrency. I don't know everything about cryptocurrency, so I'm not heavily invested into cryptocurrency. If it's a little money that I put into it, that if I lose it, it's no big deal, that's one thing. But $50,000 is quite a bit of money, and more money that you want to shake a stick at than to put in some risky investment and chance losing it all. You know, someone gave it to you, like I said, and you're supposed to steward that money. So let's not do the risky investment with any amount, whether it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 50, $100,000. Don't do the risky investment. Understand what you're investing in, understand the risk of what you may lose and what you may gain, and then make your decision. The one thing that I do want you to do is to make sure you look at your budget, where you are in the second quarter. Where are your goals? Where are you with those goals? Are you meeting where you need to be starting this second quarter of the year? Do you need to make any adjustments? If we don't look at our goals, if we don't look at our budget, we won't know exactly where we are until later on in the year. And there are things that you can do right now to help yourself out, to make those tweaks, to make sure that you're doing the stuff that you need to do, saving the money you need to save, spending where you need to spend in whatever categories there are. And so that at the end of the year or come mid-year, when you check it again, you should be checking it monthly, looking at your goals, because it's nothing like, and I've been guilty, it's nothing like writing goals down at the beginning of the year and not looking at them until mid-year, seeing that you've missed some things that you should have done in first quarter, missed some things that you should have done in second quarter. So take a look at your goals, take a look at your budget to make sure you're still online. And if you are fortunate enough that you have been working, you look up and now you have an extra $10, $25, $50,000 in your account, make sure you go back over and see the things that you should do and the things that you should not do with that money.